Hey folks, welcome back. I'm your host, RR Slugger, and the Summer of Slug officially starts today. Let's party like it's 1999. Of course, the main call to action here is to consider supporting me on Patreon this summer as I transition into working on YouTube videos full-time for the next 2 months. Everyone who supports me there is given access to the Summer of Slug Discord server. I'll put the relevant links in the description below. If you're at all confused by what I've said so far, then I'd recommend checking out this video, as I go into more detail on what the Summer of Slug is and what to expect. In a nutshell, more videos, all available for free here on YouTube. What's not to like? So today's a special day, not just because of the Summer of Slug, but because 25 years ago, LEGO Rock Raiders hit store shelves. Rock Raiders really is the little LEGO theme that could, remaining in the hearts and minds of so many people, despite its meager total of 8 retail sets and a smattering of limited releases. I think this is in large part due to the popularity of the cult classic LEGO Rock Raiders video game for the PC, developed by Data Design Interactive. More than anything, this is what helped set Rock Raiders apart from its contemporaries, and even though the game wasn't the smash hit the LEGO Group was likely hoping for, it was repackaged and bundled with other software over the following years, and ended up in the hands of many young video game players. This is how I came to discover Rock Raiders, not through the sets, but through the game. Moreover, I wouldn't have had that experience had it not been packaged in with other LEGO games after the fact, and we very likely wouldn't be sitting here talking about the series right now. After falling in love with the video game, I naturally wanted the sets to go with it. I remember distinctly listening in as my dad ordered me 4930 Rock Raiders Crew from LEGO Shop at Home over the phone, because online shopping was still in its infancy. The following Christmas, Santa brought me the Chrome Crusher and Granite Grinder. I was one happy slug. And that was the extent of my involvement with Rock Raiders until I was an adult. In 2014, it popped into my life again as some of the original members of Data Design Interactive propositioned making a sequel without LEGO's involvement. The game looked, very different and was fairly legally dubious, but nonetheless, I tried to help out by coming up with a number of ideas for the project. Ultimately, predictably, it never got off the ground. Fast forward to 2020, and I was once again face to face with my favorite LEGO theme. By this time, some old hard drives once belonging to Data Design Interactive were uncovered, and a whole wave of pre-production and internal material was made available to fans of the series. This is when I was introduced to Manic Miners, which would go on to be a fully fledged remake of the original PC game that started my Rock Raiders craze in the first place. Interacting with this vibrant community convinced me to finally pursue the desire I'd had to make videos recreationally on YouTube, and the rest is history. So, 25 years later, I owe so much to LEGO Rock Raiders. I've met so many amazing people through a mutual love for this theme, and continue to do so to this day. To say that Rock Raiders has had a significant impact on my life would be an understatement. In closing today, I wanted to share with you someone who, in my opinion, is the best Rock Raiders mock builder out there, Brandon McGinnis. You might have seen pictures of his magnum opus, the Monolith 1, shared around online before, but what I find so remarkable about his work is how well he understands the Rock Raiders color palette. All too often, builders slather their Rock Raiders mocks in an abundance of teal and brown, but Brandon really gets that Rock Raiders is mostly gray, relying on these other colors as accents. In addition, I'm a sucker for builders who view the brick, not the plate, as being the primary point of subdivision within a build, and we see this clearly evident in his rock work. Brandon has been spending time over this past year connecting the dots between Rock Raiders and the most recent LEGO City Space sets. I highly recommend checking out his Instagram page for more. Today, however, Brandon has given me permission to share with you his latest creation, celebrating 25 years of Rock Raiders. with an accent on that green energy crystal glow that the series is so well known for. To me, the most impressive aspect of this build is that it only utilizes colors found in 1999. For folks that haven't worked with the original brown color at lengths before, this is far harder than it looks. The brick palette, and more importantly, the supply, is sometimes quite limited. It's rather telling that something as simple as a 1x1 plate in this color is extremely rare. Anyways, thanks for joining me in wishing LEGO Rock Raiders a happy 25th birthday. I have a lot of fun things planned for the Summer of Slug, so I hope you can join me there as well. There's a link to the Patreon page below. It's bound to be a party, and what's a party without a mixtape? Thank you so much to Hyperpunk Peaches for sending me this ultimate mixtape CD, containing so many of the tracks that I've created for this channel over the years. It's complete with a booklet too, which I've scanned in case you want to take a good look at it. Some of my favorite touches are the photo included behind the CD and the use of the original Rock Raiders retrospective font on the backside. Very nicely done. It's also worth acknowledging the mixtape SickClipRecords sent me last year as well, this one on cassette. I actually bought a stereo so that I could listen to both of them at the same time. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you also want to send something to my P.O. box, I'll put the instructions in the description. I've been your host, R.R. Slugger, and let's have an amazing Summer of Slug.